The first thing everyone sees is a result of a knife that used to be dull and has now been sharpened. And now that the video truly begins, here's the original version of that knife before sharpening. Worn down and barely useful. This video is made for three groups. The curious ones, the folks watching for entertainment, and those who have one or more dull kitchen knives that need fixing. But whichever group you're in, stay until the end, because if your kitchen has knives worn down to the point of frustration, don't worry. I've got a simple and effective idea for you. First, prepare a sanding wheel, which is mainly used as a base to attach to sandpaper. It's not the kind you grind directly with. Then we'll use two types of sandpaper. Grit 80 to reshape the blade and remove the dull surface, followed by Grit 150 to smooth things out and eliminate the deeper scratches. And to wrap things up nicely, we'll use a polishing wheel to bring the blade back to a clean, bright finish. And if you're a beginner, you might feel a bit overwhelmed by the amount of information coming at you all at once. Hearing about sanding wheels, Grit 80, Grit 150, polishing wheels, it might sound like you walked into some kind of repair shop menu. But don't worry. Once you watch me go through each step slowly and clearly, it will all make perfect sense. Every action is simple, easy to follow, and nowhere near as intimidating as it sounds. Just take your time, stay steady, and you'll see that sharpening a dull knife can be a surprisingly enjoyable little project. Once the grinder is firmly secured in the vise, I'll show you the proper way to sharpen a knife. When sharpening, keep a 15 to 20 degree angle and pull the blade in one smooth, steady stroke with light pressure. Sharpen both sides evenly for balance, with just a few well-angled passes. And remember to put on protective gloves before you start. When sharpening a knife, the sharp edge and tiny metal particles can cause slips in an instant. A good pair of gloves gives you confidence, helps prevent cuts and scratches, and keeps the entire process safe and steady from beginning to end. This polishing step is essential, and it becomes even more effective when you use a bit of polishing compound. Instead of applying to the blade, make sure to apply the compound directly onto the polishing wheel. It helps the wheel run smoother, reduces friction and heat, and gives the knife a brighter, cleaner, and sharper finish. After finishing the polishing step, the knife still isn't ready to use. It needs to be thoroughly cleaned to remove metal dust, polishing compound residue, and any tiny particles left on the blade. Just wipe it with a soft cloth, rinse it with water, and dry it completely. Proper cleaning not only makes the knife safe to use, but also preserves the sharpness and shine you've just achieved. And just like that, we've turned a dull knife into a blade sharp enough to whisper as it slices. What once seemed useless is now fully revived and ready to follow you into every meal. With just simple tools and a bit of patience, you've seen that sharpening a knife is far easier than it sounds. And who knows, next time you find a dull blade, you might smile, knowing you can bring it back to life all on your own.